Okay, this is the planning board meeting of October 10th, 2017, at 7 o'clock. And this is being sponsored by Area 58 Community Access Media. If we could please stand to pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At the beginning of the meeting tonight, we have a sign permit for 66 Main Street for Fiesta Chara.
Mr. Chairman, this is for where, I forget the name of the place, Brothers 2, up on the plaza here, the condominiums, where their restaurant was. I remember dealing with you. I haven't been here in 2 years, but are you from Lawrence?
No, from Lynn.
Lynn, I meant. Hell. So, anyway, they're here to open a Mexican restaurant, which sounds great to me right now.
Wow. I think we could use another restaurant in Carver.
So maybe explain why you're here, who you are, and what you want to do.
Okay, my name is Teresa Bracamontes. I'm representing Tulane Corporation. This is Rafael, my cousin, who will be helping us at the restaurant as manager or bartender too. And I've been in this business for several years. I can say 15 years at least, my family. My two brothers, they own other restaurants, one in Marblehead, one in Lynn. And we just want to kind of expand. And yeah, we visit this town, we really like it. And we made an application for the liquor license like a month ago, and it was approved by the selectmen here. So now we are applying for the sign permit, and it's gonna be just like a replacement.
The sign is in your packet.
Yeah.
It looks very festive.
I take it the application fee has been accepted.
Yes. Yep.
And so this is within the legal the
Yep.
measurements.
Mr. Chair, through you, are you going to have it illuminated by spotlights or anything like that?
Probably just like a couple of lamps, because
Like a gooseneck lamp or something?
something like that, because otherwise we're not allowed it because the condominium management, so we have to follow the rules of the
Right.
building. So, but yeah,
So they'll put that in the approval, gooseneck lamps.
Mhm.
I thought the original.
Pardon me?
The original.
No, right here.
Thank you.
Do we need to know the number of gooseneck lamps that are,
Don't think so.
no, just, okay.
I think we have ever done that. You want to talk a little bit about when you think you might be opening, what your hours of operation might be? This is your time to, let the public know that you're coming.
yeah. Well, we are just waiting for the ABCC to totally approve the liquor license, and for, of course, the other permits we need to. But we're estimating about a month to open up the restaurant. And the hours will be from 11 to 10 p.m. from Sunday through Thursday. And Friday and Saturday, 11 to 11 or 12 p.m. a.m. Sorry. And yeah, we're gonna be doing takeout and dining in. We're gonna be serving a lot of margaritas, Mexican beer. Yeah, but that's basically the hours we are going to.
So how many tables are you going to have there?
It's a pretty
Seating.
small place. Probably it's for 50 people.
Up to 50?
Yeah, including the bar. We have like 10 seats on the bar and 40.
Wow.
That's about
It's
what
not
the other
pretty big.
restaurant, remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And why don't we, so 66 Main Street, why don't you tell us where that is, so people will be aware of it?
Yeah, it's just down street. Oops.
That way.
Yeah, just down street. It's next door to the dance academy. Yeah.
Now everybody knows
It's going to
exactly
be
where
the
you
unit
are.
number 2.
And there's veterinary
It's a veterinary, yeah, on the same plaza.
building, yeah.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
and there's,
So you're going to be next door to Ground Effects?
yes.
Okay, good.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the sign for Fiesta Chara, 66 North Main Street with the following conditions: an electrical permit, a building permit, and gooseneck lighting to light up the sign.
And I will second that motion.
So we have a motion, a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, good luck.
Bueno.
Muy bien.
I have a question. We need to have another sign like on the front of the plaza where all other signs are.
That's
We
pre-approved.
have, okay.
That's all, they've been pre-approved for that plaza, so you can just slide one right in.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, my question, it was
Now,
if we
He's
need to make
discussing the directory sign.
Yeah, that's been
Another-
pre-approved, gosh, years and years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise, everybody'd be coming in for little signs. You will, I don't know who's gonna put the sign up.
We have the person that made the sign,
Okay.
he will come and install.
He'll have to come to town hall to get a building permit.
Is that Rod's Home Improvement and Design?
Yes, and Lynn.
Tell him to come to the building department, and this will be ready for him, and he's all set,
Okay,
okay?
okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Look forward to seeing you guys open.
Yep. We will let you know. Thanks.
All right, next on the agenda, we have a receipt of plans. Lisa Crowley, 160 North Main Street. It's for a commercial kennel.
Another kennel, this is going up what I used to call the old Shaw's at, what was it? Waterstone Plaza. It will need a public hearing and a special permit, a butters notification. I'm recommending November 14th.
Make a motion to set the public hearing for Lisa Crowley, 160 North Main Street, Commercial Kennel, November 14th at 7:10 PM.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, next we have appointment McCarthy's Towing on 80 North Main Street.
I'll try to give you some background. I don't know, a month ago maybe, I met with Mr. Lapham and the building commissioner. Evidently, there was a complaint filed about Mr. Lapham's operation, and it's right next to where McCarthy's Towing used to be, right? Or is it still there?
He still has.
Okay. And about the use. And we met, it was a very cordial meeting, trying to see how he could fit into the zone. It's in a business general zone. At first, the definition we thought of the use was a contractor's yard, which is not allowed. And then we had a discussion about him doing landscaping and doing motor vehicle repair, which are allowed by special permit from the planning board. But And so he was prepared to submit under that auspices, under that category. But to be honest with you, I went by the facility and I had some concerns. And so I called him up and I suggested he hold off. He meet with you informally so we don't waste his time and money or your time, and that you feel comfortable with what he wants to do there. I think that's the best way. I did see the building commissioner today, and I did tell him we were coming here, and he was glad, because, the complaint's sitting on his desk, and he's supposed to act within 30 days. He's extended that because, obviously, it's under the planning board's jurisdiction. In your packet, before you start, I made copies of the use chart with the GB. I also made copies of the definitions of contractor's yard, motor vehicle service station, and one last one, and landscaping business, just so, give you some point of reference.
How you doing? My name's Tom Latham. I've been in business for about 7 years. About 5 of those years was just plowing with trucks, because I was full-time in the Army National Guard. So my company is a service-disabled veteran small business. I truck. I have 2 dump trucks, dump trailer. So I basically park them there. We do have some materials, loom, that I keep there. I don't do anything to the public. I work for companies. In the morning I come, get the trucks. I leave, we lock the gate, and we come back at the end of the day. The complaint was something with the zoning. So when I was talking to both Rich and the building commissioner about where do I lie, and they explained everything to come in front of the planning board for what it cost. I told Jack, we can put up privacy on the 2 sides of the fence, because you really only see it from 2 sides of the road at 80 North Main. One's covered by the woods on the right towards Cumberland's, and then just the auto body shop on the left. So I was just come here to get advice on how to stay. I've been there for over a year now, doing it, and the complaint came about a month ago from a non-abutter.
Mr. Chair, through you, couple of things. I live very close to where you are. There has been quite a bit of activity there. I noticed that there was some work done that goes real close to the wetlands there. That was a concern that I had. And also there was some, lack of a better expression, some blocks that were put in place.
Yep.
To storing of material. I am aware of the person who filed the complaint. Obviously, businesses in town, we like to fit in the right places and them to be permitted. Best of my knowledge, there is no permit there on what you're doing.
Correct.
So
And that's where
that's a good reason why you're here.
Correct, and to get the special permit. And Keith Coben, who's a landscaper in town, he's not in that with me anymore. It's just me. It's my 5 trucks. If under your advisement, if it was get all the blocks out of there and just my trucks there, then I'm fine with that. I like being there. I was telling Jack and also Rich in the meeting, I know a friend of mine that works for me, goes there at night sometimes. Two Carver cops come in and say, "What are you doing here?" Like, they know who doesn't belong.
So I guess suggestions would be is that, obviously figure out what you want to do for business there, number one. And once you get that to a thing, then to apply to this board.
Okay.
So that way we can hold the hearings and get you permitted correctly and walk down the path correctly. That way you don't have these issues anymore.
Yes, sir.
And before we go any further, thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
That would be my suggestions.
Well, I've been driving by there. I don't live that far away from there either. And over the years, or past year, I've seen some cars there, and some vehicles that had been towed. But now the place has really gotten busy. And there's a lot of stuff going on there. And So I guess you kind of have to figure out what you're going to do there. It's a small lot.
Well, I got, if you want, I'm not an artist, but I made a couple little sketches on the computer that I can, like I said, with the 5 trucks that I have.
Thank you.
And that's the area. Scale, off the scale, I should
Thanks.
say. And that opening is the gate facing North Main.
So what you're saying here is you want to just store your trucks there, and that's an allowable use? It's not an
Well, it's
allowable...
in the landscape, because I do deliver work for a landscaping company, so if I go under that, I mean, that's, you know, there are places that have the same.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, and this is what we struggled with at our meeting. Again, from what he's telling us, on face value, it sounds like a contractor's yard. Contractor's yards are not allowed. If you go to landscaping business, and this is your call, not mine, well, technically it's the building commissioner's, but he wants guidance. Landscaping business shall mean a business performing improvements to the grass, shrubs, trees, and land, including pedestrian ways, blah, 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 blah.
And that's by special permit.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, through you, were also saying that you wanted to do vehicle maintenance on site?
Well, we talked about that.
Well, basically, the vehicle maintenance isn't, there's nothing, if a truck breaks down, I mean, get it back there, re-repair the vehicle that broke, you know, throughout that day. It's not that someone's gonna come in and we're gonna fix their vehicle for them.
I think you're appreciating the difficulty we had with this.
I know other companies have come before us, and as landscaping companies, they presented plans to us, what the place was going to look like. They put trees and shrubs around it, but they also had people working for them, and they also provided services to the community as far as, you know, for landscaping services. That's
Correct.
what their business was.
And I do that in the community, just, I don't store the you know, material there. I deliver it to their houses.
So a couple things. So landscaping is okay in GB. Motor vehicle repair is okay in GB under special permit also. So I guess you gotta be kind of clear on exactly what you want to do.
How you do it and put it in
When
rules as
when you come and you present your application, you get your application to the board, you're gonna be clear on exactly what you're gonna be doing in that area.
Correct.
So that way we have the proper guidance to make sure that you meet all the regulations that's set forth by the town. Signage,
No signage.
no signage.
But they don't, we can have just a small, not on the fence, like a one-way, like almost like a truck sign, but it's a yard sign on the fence.
Just something to think about. Do we have any issues? Does he have to go to Concom? He doesn't have a building, but he is close to the wetlands. I want to give him all his options so he knows how he's walking.
Probably, I guess. I didn't talk to
100 feet.
Brooke about it. Is there wet behind there?
Yes.
These are items that that are going to come up, so I want you to be aware of them instead of starting down that road and then all of a sudden,
It comes into,
now you have to go to Concom and Concom will,
turn it down.
they have a 100-foot buffer from
Well-
a wetland, so.
Will is right that if and when you file, I will I have to notify conservation, so they're gonna know, so might as well do it sooner than later.
Yep.
Would it be the first step to get the approval through them first?
It'll be, you can do it simultaneously.
Well, if you're saying there's, like, you can't have anything within 100 feet?
No? You,
65 foot is the actual buffer. The town has a 100 foot from any wetlands
Okay,
restriction, but they have granted closer,
okay,
but they won't go any closer than 65.
okay.
And I know it's wet there, and I know it's close to your property line,
Yes.
so you're gonna be, I want you to be fully aware.
Oh, no, I'll have it all.
As we're walking down this road, it'll be helpful if you talk to Concom, the conservation agent. Brooke will be helpful. Jack will help you, the
I'll
girls
talk to
downstairs.
her
will.
tomorrow.
Okay.
I just want to be clear for Mr. Lapham that you are, it's your understanding from what he's told you that he falls under the category of landscaping business.
He has
So
to
he's
tell us what
clear.
he wants to do. I'm not gonna tell him his business, but he needs to let us know when he applies or what his actual business is gonna be.
Okay.
If you follow under, if you're filing as a landscaper, it's allowed by special permit under the regulations set forth by the town. It's by a special permit, so you'd have to come to us for the special permit. If there's something else that you're planning on doing there, just be careful, just be sure that you meet under the regulations of what's allowed in that area.
Yes, sir.
And that would be, I don't want you to waste your money or your time, because time is money,
Correct.
so.
Fixing your own vehicles is not, that's
It's not a
No. But in order to be a landscaping business, I would imagine you'd have to have landscaping material for sale there.
I'm just showing you the definition.
I would think so. In order
I can have it there. That's what those two bins are in the picture, to have small material there.
Now, the way I look at this is conservation is probably going to look at the vehicles, know that the vehicles, if there's any oil leaks, any gas leaks, that's going to be a concern with the wetlands. But now maybe conservation may allow you to shrink that lot. There may be a certain amount of vehicles that can be up front under the landscaping, and therefore you would have to build the material bins on the back part that weren't going to be an issue with conservation. So it's kind of...
And this can all change in the demographics of the layout.
But what we're saying is, you have to come to us with something solid so that they can go forward, they can give you the guidelines as far as what you can store back there, because what you have there now, you can't store there. And that's why you're here, trying to come up with an idea as to what to do for that spot.
Okay.
I mean, I think we all hear what you want to do. You want to be able to keep the vehicles there, but unfortunately, in order to keep the vehicles there, you have to be running a business that's going to, it's going to look good there. You're going to have to consider the parking out front, because people are going to have to come and go, and that is also a concern as far as being right off of Main Street like that there. So I think Will was nice in saying that, you need to know exactly how far in that property anything can even go back there.
Correct.
As far as a vehicle is concerned.
Understood.
Well, like it says here, yeah, I was looking for a definition of landscaping business, and Jack read it. Landscaping business shall mean a business performing improvements to the grass, shrubs, and/or trees of land, including pedestrian walkways, flower beds, ornamental objects, and other items. So I guess you just have to, if you're going to go through with this, you're just going to have to show us that you meet this definition of landscaping business.
Okay.
So,
And we're here to help you.
Understood.
You know,
I've had
Jack-
help along the way so far to
Jack
get
can
here, so
help.
I'm not worried about that.
Good.
I will contact the conservation agent tomorrow. You have your application, I think. I'd get it in.
Yeah, I still have it.
If you could, I would also suggest you contact the assessors department, get a better map. And even if you, you know, if you could get someone to draw something for you to show what this is gonna look like. The Conservation Commission may ask for a lot more than we're asking for.
Understood.
I would think that if this abuts wetlands, I mean, they may call for a survey, you know, a wetlands professional go out there and
We don't
flag the
know.
wetlands and then be located by a surveyor and put on a plan, and lot to be surveyed too, so, you know, it could be an expensive thing to do, but that was, if it's right up against the wetlands, you may have to do that.
Okay.
Before you leave, give me your name and number again. I don't want the public to hear, it's none of their business, what your phone number is. And I'll make sure that I get back to you about what the conservation agent says.
Okay. I appreciate it. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, yep, don't run away.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, other business. Planning board member notes.
I don't have anything tonight.
And I'm all set at the moment.
I will tell you, we have, we've been, you know, advertising for a new planning director. We'd like to have Jack here for years to come, but we're looking for, but we're looking for a full-time person. And so last week, we did conduct an interview with the town administrator and an assistant administrator and myself, and we did interview a person, and I won't mention his name or say too much because it's still all in the works, but it looked like something may come of this, so we'll just have to see, you know, keep you informed as time goes on. But not that we're looking to change anything, but I guess things are going to have to change a bit. So I'll keep you updated as we go through if there are going to be continued interviews.
Thanks, Bruce.
So we have planning director notes.
Two things, I think. We should be getting the definitive subdivision for that South Meadow parcel that we had the preliminary. I imagine for receipt of plans at your next meeting. Right now, your next meeting is for October 24th. I won't be here.
I won't be here either.
Will won't be here. I have nothing in front of you, so I'm going to recommend you postpone or cancel that meeting,
Okay.
which will flip us to November 14th, which you will now have a hearing anyway on. And you very well may have a hearing for the definitive if that comes in. I doubt that will come in time, maybe.
Mr. Chair, through you, I make a motion to cancel our next meeting.
The October 24th.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion, a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
See, we do have the minutes of September 26th in front of us.
Can I, one more thing?
Sure.
And it kind of morphs into minutes. I know you have an outstanding set of executive session minutes, and you wanted to hold on them until the matter was finished. As of today, it's still not finished. I think it's a technicality, but it's technically not finished. That's all.
So they're still working on this.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything, so I'm sure your attorney will tell me as soon as everything is done.
Okay. But in the
Wheels of
meantime,
justice move fairly slowly.
I guess. All right, we'll go back to the minutes of September 26th.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to approve as written.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Saying the next meeting is the,
November 14th.
make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion,
I'll second that.
second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.